All right, today's the day. I'd like to try to take this for a drive now. So we're gonna get on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This is the old Supercheap Superduty. I bought it at an auction for 1,500 bucks. And last time we finally figured out its sickness and got it to run. Let's just see if it'll run today. Fires right up. What a beauty. So, I don't know if you could tell in the last video because it got kind of dark, but I did indeed drive it forwards and backwards just fine. But we cannot do that very far at all because of our failed differential cover that the previous owners speared with a forklift. So that's what we're going to tackle today. I have one. I think it's laying in here. Yeah. So we're going to change that out. I've got enough oil, I think, to make that go. And anyway, that's where we are. I also need to, before we do anything, I want to go back under there and I need to tighten that fuel pump module thing down again. I have it just loosely bolted there when I had it off the second time to get the harness loose, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're gonna do first. Oh, and yes, it's super cold and it's super nice to work on the ground in the winter time, freezing your Knudsen off. We will probably be taking multiple breaks through the filming of this video so that I can thaw out again. This may not be the way to go here. Ratcheting a wrench would be the way to go, but I'm too lazy to go get that. So we're gonna make do with what we got. Yeah, this is not gonna go well today because it's not taking very long before I can't hardly feel my fingers. This is actually a miserable spot to be because the wind is whipping under here pretty aggressively. Let's go back to this side because I don't think I got this side all the way. Woo! Freezing cold. Now, I'm not a smart person, but I'm thinking about moving this truck over next to the 9650 back wheel to kind of give me some wind block. However, that would also cause the problem of the ground would probably be wet right there, where it is not under the truck. So I guess I will just tough it out because I'm sure the 9650 will not like to start in this cold. So I'm supposing we're just gonna tough it out. We're just gonna take necessary breaks to thaw and so on and so forth. All right. I suppose step one is get the old one off of there. So, yeah. Well, turns out it's really not that dry under here like I thought it would be. Let's hope you can see there because I can't see a thing. I'm gonna be soaked when this is done. And that ain't the thing to be in the winter time. on the ground. I was gonna say, you better come off with the impact. Let's not lose anything. You. That's ridiculous. My battery going dead? Nope, it's a full battery. Seriously. It's gonna make me crawl out of here to get a ratchet. I think it's also somebody has pretty aggressively bent brake lines, and dang it. Alright, well, I suppose I will go get the ratchet out of the cab. I should have brought it along to start with. What miserable weather! Did that just slide off instead of breaking loose? Okay, let's break them all loose. Then we'll switch back to the old mini impact. Or let's not. You know, let's work twice as hard. Come on. Well, that one ain't not gonna let me do that with the impact, is it? Okay, this one will switch back to the ratchet, even though I should have brought the half shorter ratchet for doing this, but I didn't. Okay, let's go full on aggression with this tire tool. See if that'll. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle. I can tell you that now. We're gonna have to get a hammer and something to tap in there and try to get that broke loose, because it is on there. Almost like they didn't intend for it to ever come loose. Alright. I'm slightly more warm now. And I got some stuff that we can maybe get this off of here. So, let's see what kind of failure I can come up with here. You would think getting this off of here would be simple. Come on. There's what we want. Oh, don't look at that. It's going into a recycling container. Don't worry. It's all good. Sure. Alright. So we're going to have to clean all that up, which should not be a big issue. But I think a good visual inspection would be probably in order, just to make sure that nothing is way wrong. I don't think it is. Man, that's tight. No slop in it at all. I know my my other trucks, even when it's in park, you can still flip it back and forth. So, All right. I got some supplies. Thought maybe I could get some of that oil dipped out of there. It's just enough that it keeps running down over the side, and I don't need that. I need clean surface. I got it wire wheeled off. It's ready to put on. It's just a matter of cleaning. See, there we go again. I wasn't quick enough on the draw. And I got some oil on it again. All right. Now normally, it would be nice to have it all ready to go with the gasket sealer on it out here in the easy to get to spot. But unfortunately, experience has taught me that about that time you'll kick it into the dirt and then have a terrible problem. So we're not going to do that thing. We're going to get it put up here. Normally, I'm only a fan of number 2 Permatex, but this is supposed to be the stuff that you would use on gear oil. It's even got a picture of a little differential on the back of the thing. And you probably wouldn't need it with the gasket, but I'm going to use it anyway. Only because, why not? It also would be a lot handier to do this when it was warm outside. And we're still not done with our oil problem, I see. So we're going to have to revisit that right now. Get out of there, oil. Don't need you. Why must you make it so difficult? But, sure. Let's just stick that right on there. Is there a top and a bottom? I hope not. I don't think so. It all looks about the same. All right. Get on there. Well, I've got the outside of it covered just about as much as the inside. Ain't that nice? I've got myself covered with it. My arms are burning. Feel the burn. There we go. Oh, jeez. This weather. Well, can't see what we're doing as the bolts are above my head. The wind is blowing. I'm freezing. But I'm sure some of you can relate. You've probably needed to fix your daily driver out in the driveway in the winter, just like this. And it was miserable, and you're questioning your life choices. So, we have that in common, that's what I'm saying. Now, before I do much more, I'm going to have to clean myself up here a little bit, because I got stuff all over everything. Like, I can't even maneuver. That was probably not a wise choice. Alright. Oh yeah, this time I put a deep well on and now I can't get it in there. Uh-oh, Richard. Get the last few. Wish I could get that one. Is there any way I could get that one? Hey, alright. Now, let's clean up some more. Almost looks like a professional job, but not quite. Too much failure built in out of the box. See, now I try to clean it and then I make it worse. For every bit I get off of there, I get that much more on there. Alright. Okay, the next step is filling it with oil. And to do that, we got to go to the front of it. And I had at one time a little cheapo plastic pump that you could screw in the top of the bottles and make it a lot easier. However, for some reason, I don't know where that is now. So I'm going to have to hunt for it or go to town and get another one. But then I think we're ready to give her a test drive. So that's nifty. All right, some time has passed. Delicious sandwiches were eaten. And now we're ready to put this oil in the truck. I went to town and I got another one of these little pumps. And so we'll crawl under here and make this happen. I did drive it down here to the service truck. It's not going to hurt it to go that short distance with not much oil in it. All right, now the fun part is being too fat to fit. So that's just great. We're going to have to... How are we going to do that? Are we going to do the beached whale and lay on our stomach? Or are we going to try to lay on our back and work backwards over our head? Let's try that. It sounds more difficult. Is it 3/8? That's odd if it is, because I have most of the Ford sizes are 1/2 inch ratchet, but it's looking to me like this is 3/8. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's an optical illusion. But I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Righty-tighty. Lefty loser. Come on. Get it up. Now, based on previous experience doing this, it takes like an odd amount, like 3-point-something quarts. But the fun thing is you can't get it all out of your little bottles because the tube that goes in this isn't long enough. I could use the longer tube and cut it down. That would probably work. Also, I could fight this tube because it doesn't seem to want to stay where I want it. It would really be handy if it would just stay in there so I didn't have to use two hands, but apparently this is my lot in life. So we'll just keep going. This may not be fascinating, but man pumping bottle, holding hose, but it's actually pumping quite lovely for being a winter day and this being gear oil. Getting too cold out here again where I can't feel my fingers. This there, which you probably can't see. Put this cap on this one. In a minute we'll crawl out of here and pour them all into one and go again. It's usually the way it has to go. Come on, Mama. I don't think it's full. I think it's just not holding my hose in the hole tight enough and it's leaking around the edges. That happens. Okay. Let's get the last bottle. So basically we're starting on the third one, but on the amount that's left over, this is really like we're getting the second one. Because I have almost a full bottle left after consolidation. Oh, now I broke my hose. Or my pump deal came off of my hose. There. No. What is happening? This is ridiculous. Now I can switch back to the other bottle that we just topped off a minute ago. And we'll still have some in this bottle that we're in, so we'll probably have to... Let's just... Can we do this? We don't have the right angle of the dangle. There we go. Let's get that in there. Ooh, it's over full on my bottle. That's great. That's gonna be great. Okay. Let's just... Son of a... We're making a mess. We can't keep the hose on the pump. I mean... What's the deal? Our fingers are getting cold. We can't hardly do this. I think we might be full. Yeah. Okay. There. Come on. All right. Good deal. Finally. All right, so we're ready for a drive. However, I don't think this tire's in too good a shape. I would say that's where she locked and they drug it down the road. And I would say that right now, when we drive it down the road, it's probably gonna hop quite a bit. But that's okay. We wanna see if it'll even go through all the gears. All right, let's embrace the failure that is sure to happen. You know, I'm sure that this is going to go well. Nope, it didn't make it ready. The back wheel locked up, sure enough. Yep. That back wheel on the driver's side has got a problem. How about that? Well, wonder what it is. Does that mean there's something in the rear end that's not good? Or does that mean there's something that is like just the brake is not working? Because I did hit the brake. Maybe the caliper sticks. I should probably get my Mountain Dew because it's going to be a long walk back when it lays down. Oil change required. No, it's wanting me to put my seatbelt on. Forget that noise. Seatbelt? No. Well, there it shifted into another gear. I don't know that I should take it on the road though, because that wheel is not trustworthy. And when it locks up, what is Ross gonna do? Well, this is not a smart thing that I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. There's second gear. There's third gear. There's another gear, I think. Well, it'll drive 50 miles an hour. I don't want to put my seatbelt on, you piece of trash. Don't worry about the seatbelt. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to get stuck in the middle of the road if it quits. I'd love to know what's causing that. Should we just do something dumb and just hammer it? Sure. It's shifting through some gears. 2,500 RPM at 60 miles an hour though. I don't know that that's right. She'll move right along there, fellers. That tire's beating me to death, though. There she's coming into it. There it locked up, right in the intersection. Okay. So the key is, when it locks up, you got to back up right away. But why is it doing that? I would almost bet that it's a caliper or brake related problem. Because the truck just gets after it. I mean, it cruises right along with no problem. But it locks up right after you hit the brakes. At least it has in the last few times that I did that. That was what happened. So far, it is not locked up driving down the road. What could have happened to the previous guy on the road that he was on when this happened, because I know the road he was on, he could have hit the brakes to go around a curve or something and hit it enough that the brake locked up, and then that made the transmission downshift, and then so on and so forth. Another thing that could be causing trouble and is brake related is brake hoses. When brake hoses start to get old, they can fail from the inside out and make the brakes lock up. And that is possible that that could be an issue. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with this old truck except that back wheel, whatever that is. I don't have any blower at all. Oh. There we go. I'm not smart enough to use this setup. Heat? Oh yeah, we got good heat. They said they didn't have much AC, but oh yeah. Alright, so what have we learned? Well, it runs, it drives, but it does have indeed some issue with this back wheel, as it likes to lock up sometimes. So our next adventure in this truck is going to be pulling this tire off and just assessing the situation. Is there something broken on the brakes, like part of a pad messed up, or is our caliper just junk? Brake hose, I might just go ahead and get a caliper and a brake hose and change it out, because that's another common thing that was plaguing these trucks was yeah, you know, a brake caliper sticking, and I'm wondering if that's all it is. That's what it acts like. It acts like something gets wedged and then you back up and it lets loose, but see, that could be gears in the rear end. But I don't think it would drive that nice all the time with no noise or nothing, and then magically you know what I'm saying? So we got more work to do before she's roadworthy, but we definitely got us something here. I mean, it runs beautiful. Listen to that thing just purr along. And so I'm not afraid to start throwing some more money at it now, because I think we're gonna have us a decent vehicle when we are done. So like I said, I'd like to pull that off of there first before we do that, but I noticed they forklifted a brake line a little bit. I bent it back some, but that probably did not help our situation any. You know, our issue could be, I've had trouble on Ford trucks before. Of course, this is made differently now because this is four-wheel disc brakes, but I've had trouble with parking brakes sticking and seizing up things, and that is possible that that could be what the problem is. Maybe the parking brake is getting hung up sometimes, or the cable is messed up or something. So yeah, so we'll deal with that. Need to find me a better mirror, because this old mirror, she ain't got it no mo. I mean, I don't know anything about this, if this is how a guy can get this, if he can just get the end or if he has to get the whole apparatus. I don't think that it's power of any kind. Nope. I think it's just a manual plain Jane mirror that you come out here and do one of these numbers to. I might be wrong on that too, but looks like it. yeah, so I'm still happy with my purchase here because, like I said, I got nothing in it really. I got less than $2,000 in this truck, even after all the stuff I bought. So we'll get that tuned up, and you know, we might have us something very shortly, and we can start driving this and retire the 2-color pickup, or at least get it in better shape where something can happen with it. Because I like that pickup, but it needs a lot of work. It's got a diesel fuel leak, and it's got a lot of body issues that need sorted out. So we'll get to that. But yeah, this is a lot better than I thought it was gonna be there for a little bit, you know. I was expecting that we're gonna have to put in a $4,000 or $5,000 transmission, and it doesn't look that way. It looks like, you know, at the most we're gonna be going into the rear end if there's issues in it, but I just can't see that that's it. I'm almost 90% certain that it's in the brake caliper or something with the brakes, and that's what our problem is. So yep, we will dive into that in the next one. And as always, if you enjoy the videos, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment that doesn't cost you anything, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.